Dwayne Johnson, a name that today represents power, success, and global fame. But this story doesn't begin with bright lights or Hollywood cameras. It begins in struggle, in uncertainty, and in pain, born into a wrestling family. His father, Rocky Johnson, was a respected wrestler, but respect didn't always mean stability. Money was inconsistent, life was unpredictable, and young Dwayne grew up moving from place to place, never truly feeling secure. And one of the most defining moments of his life came when he was just a teenager, standing helplessly as his family was evicted from their home, watching his mother break down in tears, a moment that planted a deep promise inside him. A promise that one day he would build a life where his family would never feel that pain again. But at that time, he was just a confused and angry young boy, often getting into fights, searching for direction, until he found football, a sport that gave him purpose, discipline, and hope, and that hope led him to the University of Miami, where for the first time, it felt like life was finally moving in the right direction. He dreamed of playing in the NFL, of becoming something bigger, something successful, but life had another lesson waiting for him. Injuries and competition slowly pushed him out, and after college, when he joined the Calgary Stampeders, he thought this was his second chance. But just 2 months later, that dream was taken away from him. He was cut from the team, just like that. No warning, no backup plan, no future, and suddenly he found himself at the lowest point of his life, sitting with only $7 in his pocket, no job, no direction, and a heavy silence filled with doubt and fear. And this is something most people never see, the dark side of success, because before the fame, before the millions, Dwayne Johnson faced depression. He questioned himself, his worth, his future. Everything seemed uncertain. And this could have been the end of his story, but instead, it became the beginning, because in that darkness, he made a decision. He would not quit. He would fight back, and that decision led him to follow in his father's footsteps into professional wrestling, entering WWE. But even here, success didn't come easy. His first character, Rocky Maivia, was rejected by fans. They booed him loudly. They didn't connect with him. Imagine chasing your dream and being rejected in front of thousands of people. Many would have walked away, but he stayed. He listened, he adapted, and then something changed. He reinvented himself, transforming into The Rock, a character full of confidence, charisma, and bold energy, and suddenly everything shifted. The same crowd that once rejected him now couldn't get enough of him. His promos became legendary. His presence electrified arenas, and he quickly became one of the biggest stars in WWE history. Not just a wrestler, but an entertainer, a personality, a phenomenon. But even at the top, life wasn't easy. The pressure, the injuries, the constant demand to perform, it all came with a cost. And then he made another bold move, a move that many doubted. He stepped into Hollywood, a world where wrestlers were not taken seriously as actors. His early roles were criticized. People questioned whether he could truly succeed. Films like The Scorpion King gave him visibility, but not immediate respect. And once again, he faced doubt. But this is where his mindset made the difference. He didn't give up. He worked harder, improved his acting, built his identity, and slowly, film by film, he began to rise, until projects like Fast and Furious franchise and Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle transformed him into a global superstar, combining action, humor, and charm in a way that connected with audiences worldwide. And soon, Dwayne Johnson became one of the highest-paid actors in the world, a journey that seemed almost impossible when he once had only $7. But behind the success, the challenges never disappeared. Fame brought its own struggles, constant public attention, pressure to stay on top, and even controversies, including reported tensions with co-stars like Vin Diesel during the Fast and Furious era, showing that even at the highest level, conflicts and stress are unavoidable, and maintaining his iconic physique required extreme discipline, early morning workouts, strict diets, and a lifestyle that demands sacrifice every single day. This is the part of success people don't see: the consistency, the grind, the mental strength, and yet, despite everything, what truly defines Dwayne Johnson is not just his success, but his mindset. He never forgot where he came from. He often speaks about his struggles openly, inspiring millions around the world, reminding them that failure is not the end, but a step forward. His journey is proof that success is not about starting strong. It's about staying strong when everything falls apart. From a boy watching his family struggle to a man dominating both wrestling and Hollywood, his story is not just about fame. It's about resilience, about turning pain into power, about rising every time life knocks you down, and in the end. His story leaves us with a powerful question. If a man with only $7 could build an empire, could fight through rejection, depression, and doubt, then what's really stopping you from chasing your dreams? Because maybe, just maybe, your story is only just beginning. Clapperboard fire, but behind the success, there were struggles. Dwayne Johnson has openly spoken about his battle with depression, especially during his early failures. The pressure to stay on top, to always be perfect, can be mentally exhausting. There were also controversies. His reported tensions with co-stars in the Fast and Furious franchise, especially with Vin Diesel, made headlines. Fame also meant less privacy. Every move, every decision, constantly judged. And maintaining his massive physique? That requires intense discipline, strict diets, and relentless workouts, a lifestyle that isn't easy at all. Success came with a cost, but what truly makes Dwayne Johnson different is his mindset. He never forgot where he came from. He supports his family. He gives back to fans. He inspires millions through his journey. His famous line, "Be the hardest worker in the room." He turned pain into power, failure into fuel, and dreams into reality. Success is not about never failing. It's about never giving up. If a man with $7 can become a global icon, then maybe your story is just getting started. Before you leave, just take a second and think about what you just watched. A man who had only $7 in his pocket. No job, no direction, no guarantee of success. And today, he stands as one of the biggest stars in the world. Dwayne Johnson didn't win because life was easy. He won because he refused to quit when life was hard. And maybe, right now, you're in that same phase of your life. Maybe things aren't going your way. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you feel like giving up. But what if this is your turning point? What if the struggle you're facing right now is actually preparing you for something bigger? Because every successful person you admire once stood exactly where you are today, lost, confused, and doubting themselves. But they kept going, and that's the only difference. So if this story inspired you, even a little, if it made you feel something, if it reminded you that you still have a chance, then don't just watch and leave. Be part of this journey. Because on this channel, we don't just tell stories. We tell stories that can change your mindset. Stories of struggle. Stories of success. Stories that remind you that you're not alone. So hit that subscribe button and join a community that believes in growth, in discipline, and in never giving up. Because your story is still being written. And who knows, one day, maybe the world will be watching your story. Until then, stay strong, stay focused, and remember, it's not about where you start. It's about how hard you're willing to fight to finish. Subscribe now and let's rise together. Rock it.